Hello! So I just wanted to make a quick video to show how I get AC EVO to run roughly between 72 and 85 frames with some drops into the 60s on the Nordschleife. Currently I'm on version 0.41, the newest one. Yeah, it's a little bit of trickery involved. For my hardware, I'm running an Radeon rx6900xt toxic Sapphire, but with a weak processor, 3600X Ryzen, 32 gigabytes of RAM. So really nothing special here. I will show you my settings quickly, first in the game and then the tools I use, and then I show a little bit of gameplay so that you know how it looks ultimately, what I can achieve. Okay, here are my video settings in the game. Not sure if this does anything for me. Doesn't seem to influence the game. Maybe I will put it up a little bit, but I will show you the result in a moment. Okay, here is upscaling method is deactivated for me because I'm using a virtual desktop, and AC EVO is operated by OpenVR, and OpenVR is controlled outside AC EVO, which it recognizes. So also the upscaling is controlled outside AC EVO. That's why this is off. Then we have multi-sample anti-aliasing. I'll quickly go over the main settings, not showing everything in detail, but it's not everything completely potato. A little bit on medium, for example, anisotropic filtering, level of detail. Yeah, quickly show you. What I also find important, the mirrors are on, although there are two of them, so left and center. I think if you stop the video, you can check out my settings and adjust them as you need for your hardware. But this seems to work for me. One note, I noticed this game absolutely does need 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I initially had a 6750 Radeon, and the 12 gigabytes of RAM were too low, so that's why I even upgraded to this used rx6900xt, which seems to do the job. I usually see 14 gigabytes used in the VRAM roughly. Well, anyway, I will quickly jump out of virtual desktop and show you my other tools and settings, and then I will do a little bit of a test drive. Okay, oops. I'm using Ultra here, VR graphics quality. Here the synchronous space swap is set to automatic. Not completely sure if I need all of them. I think this is the most important setting here, 150 megabits here. Then other settings, is there anything important in here? 90 frames per second. Environment quality high, not sure if that does anything. Anyway, need to try yourself. Some advanced options. My headset. More important information. I'm using a Pico 4, so I have 2160 by 2160 per eye. So roughly in the neighborhood of a Quest 3, I'd say. So it's comparable. Anything in here? No, not really. Yeah. Then let's quickly go to the settings here. Those are, this is the virtual desktop in itself, the desktop tool. I quickly show you this. Here I have HEVC 10-bit, XR, OpenVR runtime, audio streaming, this how I like it, the headset and computer, because I use a different headset for listening to the audio. Rest is pretty much standard. Do I have anything special in here? Not that I know of. Maybe the additional sharpening, maybe I adjusted that some time ago, I'm not sure. Then next tool is this one here. This is a convenience tool, Open Composite Runtime Switcher. It lets me easily switch between the OpenXR and SteamVR runtime, because I also got the CAD VR, so a slide mill. And the slide mill needs SteamVR to operate for the inputs, so that's primarily for me, but maybe it helps you as well. Then, this is a very important tool, VR Mod App. All of these tools you can Google and look them up. They are usually free, except Virtual Desktop. This is like 25 euros. And the best 25 euros you can spend if you are a VR nerd. So here, this tool is really cool, VR Mod App. It allows you, wait, I need to switch to my mouse. Because I'm not very good with the pointer here. Is my mouse free? Yeah, okay. So here, download this. It's on GitHub. You can. Newest version is 0.9991, I think. I'm on 0.9999. Whatever. Okay, check it out. I did some adjustments here. What this tool ultimately does is it basically controls which rendering method is used where in your headset, basically very far outside of your main view area. You don't need the highest resolution and stuff in this tool. With the, basically allows for the easy installation of 4 different methods, which try to control and compensate things this way so that they reduce resolution outside your main viewport and so on. Anyway, and what I really like, all of these tools you can install manually, but here's a one-click installation, deinstallation, and this is so convenient. So you can try around which work best. Anyway, my settings. I use the VR Perf kit for Assetto Corsa EVO. RSF plugin. It means install, deinstall. This is German. Not sure if I adjusted anything here. You need to compare when you do a standard setup, what I definitely did. Oh, I just noticed something. Fix for widget rendering. Yeah, I have this one disabled. The most important setting is quickly to go down. Number 1, this is for mainly for Radeon users. If you are on NVIDIA, you need to try the other setting, or can try the other settings. I can't try it because I'm no NVIDIA user. I adjusted, I think, this a little bit, but I'm not sure due to this being off if it even does anything currently. But I will show you quickly the most important setting for me is down here. Number 1, all the target FPS I set to 90 because that's what I want to have in my headset, and every FPS counts when racing. Number 2, here margin FPS 80. Then I have the hotkeys enabled, and now the most important is here is the upscaling. So that's why the upscaling is off in Assetto Corsa in itself. This is on, this is on. This I have set to CAS because, or CAS. I found this to be the nicest renderer, but you need to try. There are 3 different options. When you have the hotkeys on, you can switch between them with Ctrl F2. Render scale I set to 90. On, for example, on Euro Truck Simulator, I have it to 95 because a little bit less power consuming. Sharpness to 104, radius to 0.58. Honestly, you can really drop this a lot until you notice it visually. So this it sounds like a lot, but if you even go up to 0.7 or something, you will not, at least I cannot notice a lot of changes, but it saves a lot of power. You will, this is what we will notice. Yeah, I use it even on Euro Truck Simulator, and then while in Assetto Corsa EVO is a little bit of a degradation of the looks in a Euro Truck Simulator. In my opinion, it's an improvement. So this rendering method looks better than the built-in one in Euro Truck. Anyway, that's about it. So virtual desktop, VR mod app, the switcher tool here, and my graphics card settings. Those are also important. For a little detail, we'll look over here. Number one, smart technology. This is again is German, but I think this when you have NVIDIA, it's called differently. What you will look for is smart access memory is activated for me. This is a BIOS setting with Radeon, also AMD. It's called SAM, SAM, smart access memory. And for NVIDIA users, I think it's called rebar. I don't know how you activate it for NVIDIA. For AMD, you need to. This differs based on your main board, and also if it's even available depends on your graphics card as well as CPU. You need to look it up on the internet. Third generations Ryzen's up to I think 5000s and 7000s do work, and also 6000s generations graphics cards. Also the 5000 series usually do work for SAM. It can improve your FPS as bigger data chunks are directly shoved from the processor towards the graphic card. I don't exactly know how it works in detail, but it tends to improve things a little bit for me. So smart, number one. And a second weird thing I noticed with Assetto Corsa, that's why I have a dedicated setting for Assetto Corsa here. Under configuration, there's a global optimization, which I usually have to... What is the Assetto Corsa one? I'm not sure what it does here at the moment. Anyway, usually for Assetto Corsa, I noticed when I drove it, it really jumped around with watt and power consumption, so and accordingly the FPS, which I didn't want. When it consumed a lot, which the graphics card can provide, it basically nicely ran at 80-ish FPS, but I had weird drops, and also noticed for no reason at all, it dropped the wattage at the graphics card. So not sure what's going on, so I set it to user-defined. Then in Radeon drivers you need to activate GPU tuning, and then also erweiterte Steuerung. I think in English it will be something advanced or whatever, also to activate it. And then the trick with optimizing Radeon cards is you set the min frequency and the max frequency between roughly 100 megahertz of each other, so it can't drop very far. Tends to work nice for me. I can even, my Sapphire, the Toxic would support more megahertz even, but my power supply does not. So if I go higher, basically my computer switches off. So this is my personal maximum at the moment. I will need to buy another power unit, but that's what I have at the moment. But this way I avoid the weird drops which I had. So this is mostly gone now. And for me, those settings work well, but you need to look it up. It's also risky to change those settings. Totally depends on your graphics card. I also dropped the millivolts a little bit, like 25, I think. But this works so far nice for me. Oh well. Okay, now after a lot of talking, let's jump into a game and see some hard facts. Apart from that, this is my setup, which I mostly use for more demanding VR titles. Many VR titles I can run natively without any trickery, but I'd say the combination of virtual desktop with VR mod app and some graphics card tweakings are a really good setup. So yeah, let's jump into the game and let's drive a little bit. Okay. Here we are again. So here are the settings again. Okay, let's take the Porsche. It's not called Porsche. Porsche. Here we have the Nürburgring, I think. Yeah. I will likely drive like shit. Anyway, let's jump in. So you can see how these settings work out for me. The tuning. I leave my FPS counter. By the way, I do all the recording with my headset, so the built-in recording features of my headset. Sometimes this tends to be a little bit choppy. I will tell you if I can see something choppy in my screen, so how my perception is. So, due to my upscaler settings back there, the trees look okayish, not too nice, a little bit too over sharpened. I will need to readjust this. Currently in the pit box we have like 80 FPS. It will drop in Hatzenbach to around 68. I'm not sure why, but Hatzenbach, it really kills the FPS. Usually it tends to recover on the other parts and usually stays between 70 something, 80 something. Tires are still ice cold. Also, if I'm constantly looking at the FPS counter, I'll try not to crash. Says and crashes, no. If you can hear me now with the engine noise, I will not talk too much now. Let the numbers speak. As a subjective perception, it's mostly fluid, especially over 80. But I can see and feel some micro stuttering. Not too bad, but it's there and it's noticeable. Honestly, also compared to AMS2 and VR, I can max on my setup AMS2 out pretty much. It looks gorgeous. It doesn't hold a candle compared to AMS2 and VR. But it looks okayish enough to drive it, and also what AC EVO does really well is car physics as well as force feedback. So it's absolutely worthwhile driving. But looks are okay enough, but that's about it. Let's see how it looks when it's finally done. So okay, down here we can see we have about 80 something, 70 something, jumps a little bit. hell was that? Oh no, look. FPS. And goodbye. Yeah. Still operational? Yeah, that's sweet. So that we can see the FPS on various parts. Here it's now very fluid and a bit more choppy. It's still jumping around, but it stays okay-ish. But I definitely prefer EMS2 in VR by a long shot. If I already said so previously, but you definitely need 16 gigs of VRAM. The only way I could get it to work properly on 12 bits on a 6750 Radeon was by really switching everything to absolute low and minimum. But it needs, it puts about 14 gigabytes of stuff into the VRAM. Around 17, yeah. 78. Yeah, like I said, okay for driving and good enough, but that's about it. So thanks for watching, that's what I wanted to show you. I hope my voice, the recording worked out well. See you.